Everyone. It's Hanifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my mind is all about empathy, and I have no idea why this concept is very much on my mind today. I believe I feel empathetic, and I, for whatever reason, have been receiving messages about empathy through just the way I receive messages, which is often online without doing a search. So I've been exposed to a lot of thoughts and ideas about empathy this morning, and I thought I would share with you. So the quote that I came across that I really enjoyed says, "Empathy is seeing with the eyes of another, listening with the ears of another, and feeling with the heart of another." No author, but I loved this style of thinking about empathy because it isn't just about feeling for another, it's actually feeling with, right? It's seeing with, hearing with, right? We can see a lot of parents can do that with their kids, right? So if someone is having difficulty understanding something, a parent will be very nurturing towards their child who might be in that situation or who didn't hear something. Very nurturing, right? So, and maybe because it's because of a hearing concern. Sometimes if a child cannot see something or does not understand something, we're so much empathetic to that experience. But it doesn't have to be a child, right? When we get older, we start thinking, why doesn't this person see this like me? Are they not listening to me? I'm saying this and they're just not hearing it. So we move into a little bit more judgmental. A lot of people do. And then that judgmental aspect also has a lot of ego development and growth, and then firmness behind it that I am right. And I know I heard a lecture, it was a TEDx lecture. This was one of the things that came across my computer this morning. And this lecture was by, I want to make sure that you know this name because it was a really beautiful presentation of empathy. This is a man who actually focuses on empathy studies at Stanford University, and his name is Jamil Zaki. And I love the work that he's doing. It's so nice to see that people are focusing on this. Now, he is a statistician, a scientist, a doctor, but at the same time, he's very aware of this emotional experience and the value of it. And certainly his work reflects his thoughts and processing of what he's learning. And I loved that the TED Talk came across my awareness. There's again another YouTube channel that I came across after that, which is called Intersections. And it had him speaking too. And I thought it was a really beautiful lecture. And hopefully, over the next few weeks, I'll also share some of the ideas from this, either in blog posts or in videos myself. But I do think empathy is a very, very important concept. And this is interesting because we can combine this with the quantum physics energy work that I like to also utilize in my energy work and my awareness in how we all affect one another. So if I am empathetic towards you, you will feel it. If I am not, you will feel it. And this changes your experience too, right? So if I'm empathetic to you, if I'm feeling or trying to feel or trying to understand or trying to see things in your perspective, you will feel that. I might not ever get the exact perspective that you have, but you will feel my efforts and my desire to try to understand things from your perspective. And if I'm not in that space, you will feel that too. And then this throws out energy for all of us in all sorts of directions. Remember that understanding each other really brings us more closer together. And understanding each other really takes a bit of time and effort or a desire to lean towards unity rather than separation. And you know, I'm all about unity this year and hopefully forever. But I always want to just appreciate where I am right now. And right now, I really see the value of unity, and empathy, I think, really helps this. I do also realize that spiritual growth that I'm speaking most about these days is also very useful in building our empathy, and it happens naturally. So, as we're working on our own personal spiritual evolution, it naturally builds empathy. Now, this speaker that I was just speaking about, also talks about that research is showing that it's not a trait. Empathy is not a trait, it's a skill that can be learned. So anyone can learn this. And this is just like spirituality. So I think, again, both of these work hand in hand and grow together. So then I came across another quote which says, empathy means both understanding others on their own terms and bringing them within the orbit of one's own experience. That's by Jacob Belzin. And this quotation again is, empathy means both understanding others on their own terms and bringing them within the orbit of one's own experience. So it's always nice when one can share, this is how I'm seeing what you're thinking about, but I see how you're seeing what you're thinking about. Now I'm seeing what you're thinking about from your perspective. I see that. And this is my perspective. And this is sharing, right? This is things like collaboration. This is coming together, right? So this is what I think really does bring, whether relationships, it could be families, it could be husbands and wives, it could be partners, it could be parents and children. All of these people, in understanding each other, it brings us closer together and really makes beautiful relationships. And I thought, knowing my clients, I suspect that a question like this would come up. When is the right time to teach empathy? Like, I don't think my kids have gone through enough experiences to actually build their empathy. Empathy is a big term, right? And of course, we can do this at any time. And if we are trying to build this from an early stage, all the better. So I came across one more quotation. And because I work with a lot of teachers, I wanted to make sure I have this quotation out to you so you know that students can really learn from this. And I think really effective teachers are already teaching this. But it says, a classroom full of empathetic kids simply runs more smoothly than one filled with even the happiest group of self-serving children. So you can imagine that self-serving children who feel like I've got to do this for myself will likely lead to self-serving adults, which a lot of us are seeing in a 3D reality that we've all experienced for some length of time. As we move into 5D, we can see that we can think about others when we've got empathy. So I hope that today you will sit down for 5 minutes after this video and just think about one area that you are showing empathy when you're trying to understand someone else, where you can feel what they're feeling and you can see what they're seeing from their perspective. I hope you'll do that for 5 minutes. I hope you have a fabulous day ahead doing it. It will bring you closer together with whoever you're doing this with, and I wish that for all of us. I hope you have a fantastic day, and don't forget, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.